Let's take you to KwaZulu-Natal, where Umvoti Municipality Mayor Philani Mavundla has accused IFP leaders and councillors of inciting violence. Mavundla held a press briefing following last week's march by community members to the municipality. He alleges the marchers were all IFP members, even though some of them wore ABC and ANC regalia. He's called the protest action a feeble coup attempt by ousted former leaders of the municipality. Nobuhle Modise is standing by. Nobuhle, you, I understand, have the mayor sitting next to you or opposite to you to expand on some of these allegations.
Indeed, I do. Good afternoon. And he's given us some evidence that shows that this march that we saw last week, which is said to have been organized by community members against the Umvoti Municipality, which he says is now something that's not true. He believes that this march was indeed organized by IFP members in order, as what you've said in the intro. He calls it a feeble coup attempt by former IFP leaders of the Umvoti local municipality. Like you said, I do have him next to me, and maybe let's perhaps expand on some of the evidence that he's given us here. I mean, I'm sitting here with a screenshot from a WhatsApp chat from the Ward 7 IFP group, and in there we see former Speaker Nolthando Dlamini, who is also chatting to some of the members as they are organizing this march. She's the one that's even asking that those who have ABC and ANC T-shirts come with them to the march that we saw take place on the 8th last week. Thank you very much, Mavundla. Let's firstly get into, you've called this a feeble coup attempt by former IFP leaders. Take us through some of the evidence that you've shown us here today.
Well, first of all, we just want the South African to understand why we are where we are. First of all, for us to be elected on the 21st of June, it was after going to court 7 times in 3 months, simply asking for the Speaker, Nolthando Dlamini, to call a meeting to discuss motions of no confidence in the leadership. We'll fast forward. On the 21st of June, the IFP decided to walk out of a duly process that was taking place, hoping that we will not have the quorum. We still had enough people to form the quorum. And then the new leadership was elected. Since then, they've missed 2 meetings where we needed to discuss things like the budget as well as the IDP, and those are statutory meetings. But over and above that, they've walked out of 2 meetings. If you put all these together, it gives a total of 4 consecutive meetings, abstainism, without any request from the Speaker to allow them to do that. Now, coming to where we are now, we're at a stage now where we've accepted that the FP has not accepted the fact that, first of all, in November 2021, they never won Umvoti Municipality. They only merely had 9 seats out of 27. ABC at the time came into their rescue and supported them. And that fell by the wayside early this year. And since then, we've been trying to say to them, guys, the time is up. Since they're out, they seem to be fighting. Now they've moved to a level where I really have no words safe to say it is a coup in our understanding. First of all, they tried to do a serious infiltration to the APC members, which they've done successfully. Hence, they have APC people that are their members. We don't mind that. We also have IFP people. But what happened on the weekend leading to the 8th, we are fully aware that there was a big meeting that was set in the sport field at King Edward's Park. There was a further meeting that was held at Greytown Hostel, which is an IFP hostel, where everything was planned. Now, what you're seeing out of IFP WhatsApp and Umvoti discussion group on WhatsApp, it gives you the evidence that the former mayor, Obaba Gabriel Malembe, as well as Nolthando Dlamini, they are part and parcel of planning the march that is so-called the community marching against Umvoti Municipality leadership, specifically the mayor being myself. What you're reading here, it proves that it was not the people of Umvoti. Instead, it was the leadership of the IFP the former leadership of this municipality, as well as their senior members. For instance, the person who applied for a marsh is Bongseni Shangi. Bongseni Shangi is a senior member of the IFP, a former member of APC, who was expelled from APC, but is also a very big taxman in the area. So he's got the resources to mobilize the people and bring them in.
And then, Mavundla, let's perhaps get into the demands here. There were 18 demands that were written here. A lot of them had to do with, obviously, the councillors that had to be let go, the EPWP contract. You took us into detail about that specific contract and why it is that certain workers had to then be let go. Take us through that specific contract, for example, before we get into all the other 18 demands. I'm sure we're not going to be able to get through all of them, but the most pressing matters, if you can just highlight for us, like that EPWP contract. Well,
the first one, on their very first demand, they're demanding that 20 people should be employed in EPWP per ward, not the 9 that they're mentioning that there should be 9. Now, what I've done to take them in confidence, I've done a spreadsheet that proves that National Public Works has given us a grant of 2.9 million rand. Now, if you take 2.9 million rand, divide it over 14 wards, over the duration of a year, which is 12 months, by the rate that is gazetted that we should be paying these people, you come to about 7 people that you can employ. Nevertheless, the council have agreed that there will be 9, which means the council need to fork in its own money of additional 2 people per ward, which will be 28 additional people. Be as it may, that is fine. We can live with that from 7 to 9. But this is where the issue is. In the financial year 2022-2023, National Public Works gives us a grant of 2.7 million rand, which meant we needed to employ people less than 100. However, 509 people were employed by the municipality, coming to a total cost of 14,867,508 rand. That is what we needed to pay salaries. By the way, this doesn't include the UF contribution. It doesn't include the PPEs. Now, if you subtract the allocation that we had as a grant from Public Works, you are left with 12,163,508 rand that the ratepayers of Umvoti, by the way, they've already paid their tax, but they needed to pay 12 million rand more to fund the mandate that is really not our mandate, but as a result, this means we can't then take the service delivery to the people that are so deserving to be getting that. Now, the IFP march is forcing us that we must go and spend exactly the same amount on the mandate that is not funded.
Thank you very much. That is Mr. Philani Mavundla, who is the Umvoti local municipality mayor, just taking us through the reasons why he's saying that this particular march that was held last week was organized by IFP leaders, and he has termed this a feeble coup attempt to unseat the current mayor, which is himself here in the Umvoti local municipality. This is going to be an interesting race to 2024, as we've seen. Mr. Mavundla was put into this seat on the 21st of June, and it's hardly 3 months, and already we are seeing marches, we are seeing, motions of no confidence, and it's going to be interesting as we head to the 2024 elections as to see what will happen in many of these districts where there are coalitions that are formed, like this coalition that has been formed by the ABC and the ANC in the province in this particular district.
And how? Nobuhle Modise, thank you very much.